A very good day, everyone. Perfectly audible? Perfectly audible? So whenever you want to ask any doubt, you have to just raise your hand. Raise your hand means there is a emoji over there. Just press that. So I will understand that you are having any doubt. So you can then ask your doubts. Okay. Now this is Ankita Arora, teaching friends 6 to 7 years GST as well as DT. But what is all about this class? These classes are totally exam oriented. If you have any practical kind of doubt, that we cannot address in class, because the duration of class is only 55 days. Might be it may go to 60 days, not more than that. So taking the duration of the class and the concept of the class, it is entirely exam oriented. So you have to understand that thing. Now, when it comes to GST, point number 1, when it comes to GST, if you have anyone who have already done GST anytime, kabhi bhi padha hai kya? Anytime you have done GST? Any one of you? You can now. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
You have done. So can anyone tell me what is supply? At least you would be having an idea of what is supply in GST. That was the base in IPCC also, Inter also. What is supply?
Supply means like a transfer of goods or providing service, and service like it includes everything, renting, sale in the ordinary course, leasing, transfer of some assets also.
So first of all, if you have noticed in IPCC, I'm not teaching right now, just giving you a base of the concept, not even a concept, just introduction of eye-opening session. Now, what is eye-opening session? I will be telling you what are the mistakes you do while doing the preparation. So tell me one thing, when you have studied that definition of supply in your inter, is it an inclusive definition or it is an exclusive definition?
Inclusive.
You are saying it is an inclusive definition, but I say it is an exclusive definition. How I can judge that it is an exclusive definition? If you just remember कि in supply a word was written, supply means. Whenever with the definition you find the word MEANS means, always that is an exclusive definition. Now what was the base that you said it is an inclusive definition? Because of that lease, rental, barter, exchange. That were inclusive. That was just an example that supply includes all these things. So that means what is the base of telling you this thing? Because supply is the base of entire GST, and if you are wrong in that definition, your entire base will be shattered. अगर तुम्हें सिर्फ supply का वो meaning नहीं पता, if you do not know the meaning that this supply means, it is exclusive, then they have given example. Supply means barter, exchange, lease, license, etc. That is example is inclusive. Are you getting the concept? So that means when we are going to the base, only 5 days I will take only for explaining the supply, because supply has lots and lots and lots of linkages. Even I have uploaded yesterday a video on linkage. Only 50 minutes I was able to explain the ideas of linkage, that these are only the linkages that are possible in GST, in your supply. Now when it comes to your question number 1, do you think it is only supply? No. Question number 1 has supply. Question number 1 has value of supply. It has place of supply, it has time of supply, it has registration, it has ITC, it has RCM, it has mega exemption, it has payment of tax. So how many? At least 7 to 8 chapters you will find. And to my experience, every student is like, ma'am, question number 1 is not my cup of tea. Why? Because it is all about linkage. When it comes to question number 2, again, it is at least 2 to 3 chapters merged together. That means at least your question number 1 and at least your question number 2 is all about linkages. Now, have you ever just analyzed what is the paper of GST? You know what is the paper positioning, You know what is the question position? Can anyone tell me ABC analysis of this GST? And Jaya, Rajesh, compulsory to keep video on. Tell me. Anyone know? Any analysis you have ever done? Karthik?
Analysis I have not done, but I have just watched YouTube videos like paper mark distribution.
Mark distribution. Okay. Anyone else? Nah? See, when you do the paper analysis, what do you mean by paper analysis? See, I have just kept some things for you. This is your, everyone can see the screen? Now, this is your module number 1 as per ICI. As per ICI, this is what module number 1. Now, in ICI's module number 1, whatever these chapters have been given, this chapter and only module number 2 ka chapter number 2, that is input tax credit. This two chapters, this one chapter and entire module number 1 will be coming for 40 to 42 marks. That means anytime if a person is having shortage of time, that means what he should focus ITC, and he should focus more on what this module number 1, entirely module number 1 ka index as per ICI. How I can say it is giving 40 marks, I will be telling you the paper analysis right now. So your module number 1 and your only ITC ka chapter, this comes together for at least 40 marks. Then keeping aside this module number 2, this module number 3 ke concept, that is duty, your demand and recovery, inspection, assessment and audit, all these chapters of module number 3 that are coming for at least 20 marks, at least 20 marks. So can you just tell me 40 plus 20 is coming to be 60 from your module number 1, your ITC and your module number 3. So when you have to focus, first focus on that module number 3. First focus on that module number 1. What about ITC? ITC is always taken at last because ITC has all the concepts merged together. Your RCM, your composition, everything will be merged in ITC. Without doing all the chapters of module number 1, you are unable to solve ITC questions. So every time last में what you should do, every time last में you should focus on your input tax credit. So that is just a roadmap from where you should start your GST ki journey. Now what about custom? At least 25 marks for custom you will get. So when 60 marks, you sure know that 60 marks is coming from module number 1, 60 marks is coming from your module number 3 merged together, and 25 marks for custom. So already you know where to focus more. 85 marks ka paper, you know ki from which chapters it is coming. Now if I am saying something, I would already have done that analysis. So let us check the analysis right now. Okay, give me 1 minute. Now see, this is at least 4 years ka paper analysis that I have done, and based on this 4-year ka paper analysis, what I will be first showing you, see. Can you see module number 1 and ITC coming for how many marks? 41. At least 41 marks from your module number 1 and ITC. Everyone can see? Now, what about module number 3? 13 marks. That means only these two are coming for how many? 54 marks. Okay, then. Again coming to next wala part. This was May 2019 wala. Now what about November 2019? Module number 1, 14 marks. I have done the calculation over here. module number 1 and ITC again coming for 37 marks, and your module number 3 now comes for 23 marks. So again it is coming for at least I can say 50 marks. Although it is 60, but at least I can say 50 marks module number 1 ITC and your module number 3. Now November 2020, again module number 1 and ITC coming for 33 marks, your module number 3 coming for 23 marks. Again it is at least 50 marks from your module 1, module 3. Then if I talk about your custom, always custom will come for 25 to 20 marks. Custom here 20 marks. Then again here in custom you will find 20 marks and again 20 marks. So that means what basic I'm trying to put in your head, that you already know from where the chapters are coming, from where the questions are coming. Are you getting this? So everyone clear about what is the roadmap? You have to focus on, सबसे पहले you have to focus on your module number 1 and parallelly module number 3. If I talk about comparison of module number 1 and module number 3, module number 1 is all about linkage, all about probabilities, all about various kind of case studies. But when it comes to module number 3, I have all my mind maps, handwritten mind maps. If you do that only and do directly the questions, there is no case study on that. Direct questions are asked. Because appeal and revision, demand and recovery, what case study they can make? Agar penalty utna hai, to penalty is that much only. Are you getting? So that is the penalty. So that is the penalty. You have to just remember the keywords. You have to put presentation very wisely to get the exemption in your IDT subject. Till now, any question, and who is Realme, please keep your video on. Any question till now you can ask. This I have explained about module number 1 and your module number 3 and ITC ka importance. Yeah. Waiting for 30 seconds if you have any question. No? Chalo. So this is the concept, this is the roadmap. Now when it comes to your module number 1, what should be focused? Only the definition of supply will take you at least 5 days. Only the definition of supply. Can you just tell me if you remember something from your inter level, what is neither supply of goods nor supply of service? What is that?
Schedule 2.
Tell me now, what is neither supply of goods nor supply of service? From your inter, you have at least done that. Everyone is inter pass. It is negative list. Okay, but what is that in negative list?
Schedule 3.
Yeah. Tell me.
Money.
Any one point also, any one point, this was included in the negative list, that it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service.
A course of employment, a person performing his work under the course of his employment.
Okay. So tell me one thing, if a wager is there, normal worker hota hai na, works on daily wages, is it included in that? You said na, she said ki employer-employee relationship, when an employee works under the term of employment, that is what? That is negative list mein. Abhi sabko yaad aaya? When she said ki there was something employee-employer, kuch to yaad aaya hoga? I'm just testing your knowledge. So she said employer-employee ka relation is there, that is in negative list. So I am asking, will employee include worker also? One. Second, will employee include contract basis pe 1 month ke liye I have employed a person? If only for 1 month you will be working with me, would it include that contract employee also? Tell me, think of.
No.
Lakshmi said no. Jaya, you only told the point. Now you have to give the analysis. Is it included? Yes or no?
I don't think so that workers will be included.
She thinks not included. Then this is first class is just interactive. I just want to check your base to be as much interactive as possible, because my entire 50-60 days ka curriculum will be based on your interaction today. Tell me. Worker, contract employee, chalo. A non-executive director. Now you know na the meaning of non-executive director. Is he included here, employee-employee relation?
No.
Now she said no. What is the real me? What is your name? You just write it down. From your side. Don't unmute real me. You have to just write it down. What is your answer? There is certain disturbance from your side. Yeah, tell me. If you said no, non-executive director not included. Is executive director included in employee?
Sorry, ma'am. Non-executive director is included because he's involved in day-to-day affairs, right?
Now, Sachin, you tell me quickly. You keep on telling me. What is your opinion? Treating as professional services. Okay. Now understand one thing. Are you getting just one word, that is employee? For us, employee is what? White collar, right? Hamare liye employee kya hota hai? It is only white collar. It is not blue collar. But when it comes to your GST, employee-employer relationship include even the contract wala person also. It includes the wages wala person also. It includes. Why I am saying this? Because you forgot to either read or your memory has already erased that thing. It is already mentioned in your module also. The wages wala part, contract employee, part-time employee, everything is included in your employer-employee relationship. Now you just focus on that word employee. Our institute has framed the question like this, that a part-time employee or a part-time worker. Now you would be framing answer based on that word worker and your answer will be wrong. Are you getting the mistakes? That means you forget to read in between. In between the line, jisko bolte na, in between the line, what is the interpretation? That is important in GST. If you are going chapter wise, no use. You know, remember, supply has import of service also. Supply ki definition mein kuch yaad hai? It is import of service also. Now tell me, import of service is actually purchase for me. Import of service, that is I am purchasing the service from outside India. So how can you say ki purchase is equal to supply? This purchase of service, I am purchasing service from outside India. They are saying ki this is section number 7 mein import of services supply. Why? This is nothing, brain teaser questions for you. Why import of service? Now they are saying this is supply. Tell me.
And we are consuming that no business.
What they are
Yeah. Like how we are using the goods for our business, we are using the services also to continue our business.
Achha. See, one time they are saying import of service. Okay, whatever services you import of services supply. Have they forgot to mention import of good is also supply then? What is the thing that they have not mentioned import of goods is also supply, but they have mentioned import of services supply?
Because import of goods is covered in custom, ma'am.
Okay, import of goods is covered in custom because specifically Custom Act is designed, and you know, specific rule always override the general. So custom always override. So that's why good is not included. Now my logic I am not clear about why import of services supply. I am purchasing and why purchase has been done as a supply. You know that concept, but it is not getting triggered in your mind right now. Import, you will pay taxes on that. Why? Recipient is paying the taxes. Why?
Reverse charge mechanism.
Yes, because if they have not included this word, this sentence in their supply definition, taxable event of GST is supply. If something is not supply, how can you apply GST on that? Therefore, to make that purchase as the supply, they have first included it in supply definition. Now it is supply. Now you can either apply forward or reverse based on the circumstance. Are you getting why this has been included? Chalo, import of service included. Ye bhi agreed. Import of service included, but again my logic is ki zarurat kya thi? What is the logic ki reverse charge mechanism? Why? Why reverse charge mechanism? Why cannot you say ki oh supplier over there you have to pay GST? Why? Yes.
टैक्स तो इंडियन ओरिजिन पे ही लग सकता है मैम, फॉरेन पे कैसे लगा?
Indian origin पे लग सकता है. So when it is taxable only in Indian origin, now comes the registration का chapter. In registration chapter, you will find only a taxable person is liable to pay GST. Now there is registered person also and there is taxable person also. Any difference between registered person and taxable person? Any difference?
मैम रजिस्ट्रेशन तो कोई भी ले सकता है जिसकी लिमिट कम हो 10 लाख से, मगर टैक्सेबल नहीं हो, जरूरी नहीं हो सकता.
So according to him, anyone can take registration. That is a registered person who can take registration if the threshold limit, right? Threshold limit exceeds 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 40 lakh as the case may be. So is it correct? Registered person is any person who can take registration, or it is taxable person. You know the difference between taxable person and registered person. Because when I check the copy, I find where taxable person should be written, students write registered person. Where registered person should be written, they like taxable person. And you know, you're going to be a chartered accountant, and when you frame answers like this, they already have keywords. So just picking the keywords from this students, agar 5 students have written taxable person instead of registered person, I know the common mistake. And these are the common mistakes. Khatak, even in metro, your copy can be checked in. Yeah, cut, wrong. And the person who has written everything correct, you will get exemption. Are you getting the way of checking the copy? If I know from 100 students, 35 students or 40 students are doing this common mistake, so how can I'm not able to check the copy quickly? So you cannot claim ki I say ki checking somewhere is wrong. Leave that SFM ka part now. But somewhere you are also wrong. Every time we cannot blame ICA. Somewhere we are also not correct. So are you getting little concept now? What is taxable person? Person already registered is also a taxable person, and who is liable to get registered is a taxable person. Liable to get registered, your threshold limit cross. You are liable. Right now, I am not registered. I am liable to get registered. Ma'am, voluntary registration lena. I want to take voluntary registration. Are you liable? Nah. But you want to get registered. You are a taxable person. But registered person already registered. Already the person is registered. So are you getting? If you have already registered yourself, whether voluntary or whatever reason, you are registered now you will write registered person. But if you want to take registration, or you are going to take registration, or your threshold limit should cross, then you are taxable person. So thin line of difference between taxable person and your registered person. Everything we will write from tomorrow. But are you getting chote se concepts that can create blunders? Now tell me, what is nil rated supply? What is exempt supply? What is taxable supply? And what is zero rated supply? First, what is nil rated supply? Write down. What is nil rated supply? You can answer me. Nil rated, exempt supply, zero rated supply, taxable supply, and non-taxable supply. These 5 things you have to answer. Taxable, non-taxable, nil rated, zero rated and exempt supply. लिखो. And tell me one by one, according to you, what are these supplies is all about.
Ma'am,
Yes.
nil rate, should we write or should we explain?
No, you just have to explain me. Do not write anything. Just tell me what is rated supply.
Nil rate means it is included in GST, but as of now the rate of tax is zero. Sorry,
So can
not provided.
he is saying nil rated means included in GST, but the rate is nil. So can I say actually taxable, but the rate
Yes,
actually it is a taxable supply, but
Taxable.
the rate given is zero. Can I say this? Everyone say yes or no?
actually zero. I am not sure, ma'am, but as of now it is not taxable. It is taxable, but the rate is not.
So what would be there? 0% or it would be a dash?
This dash, ma'am.
Dash. You cannot say zero because zero is also a rate. So when it is nil rated, that means it is this. So they have right now not decided that is dash over there. So that is nil rated supply. But what about exempt? What about exempt supply?
Exempt,
Exempt.
That's actually taxable, but exempt due to some conditions.
Now actually it is taxable, but exempt. So you remember mega exemption ka entire chapter has been given. So actually that things are taxable, but either generally or due to specific condition if you fulfill, then it would be exempted. So either generally exempted, जैसे generally exempt means residential property given for residential purpose. Remember mega exemption का सबसे simple example. Residential property given for residential purpose. That is actually if it is residential property and for residential purpose, it is exempted. Now in MCQ on Telegram, I have asked this thing. Service apartment given on daily wages. Service apartment given on daily rental basis for residential purpose only. It is service apartment. Daily rent basis pe you are giving for residential purpose. Is it taxable or it is exempt? Repeat करूं फिर से. Service apartment. ठीक है. I am giving service apartment for rent. इतना clear? Service apartment given on rent. Now the rent is daily. Daily you will be paying me rent. I am giving that service apartment for residential purpose. Now is it taxable or it is exempt?
Exempt.
taxable.
So Lakshmi says exempt because service apartment, daily basis per rent and residential purpose she is focusing. Okay, according to Lakshmi exempt. What about Sushmit, Rajesh, Sachin, Kumar? Yes, Rajesh.
Well, I haven't done the GST, but nature looks like kind of a hotel, so it should be taxable. That's
Should be
what I.
taxable because nature looks like hotel. So he picked the point. Even you don't know GST, that is good now. Even you don't know GST, but it is what daily wages, daily rental pe where you give the rent purpose. Rent purpose always monthly, 15 days, at least lamba time hota hai. Hotel mein when you go, it is per day. Are you getting? Per day 5,000, per day 2,000, whatever the rent would be. So actually it is a hotel ka nature. And I'm not saying I have given residential dwelling. I said service apartment. No, you have not focused on that word that this is service apartment. So what ICA will do? Residential purpose you are focusing. You are focusing only on rent, and ICA is given that keyword service apartment. And this is actually part of your question. This is actually ITC mein you will find this thing. ये वाला question you will find कि actually they have given service apartment given on daily rental basis, and the reason also given कि daily rental is not there. Always rental is long term. Are you getting? So this is what twisting of the words. So do not focus on what is written. Focus on the substance over form of GST. So when the student says, "Na ma'am, 90 ka paper we have attempted. Now we are getting 40." ICA की checking में गड़बड़ है. Let us check whether a conceptual clarity is there. Understood this thing? आया इतना समझ में? Now, when you are going to the journey of this 55 or 60 days, understand one thing: these are not classes. अगर तुम इसको क्लास लेके चलोगे ना कि these are the classes, we will complete these classes first, then we will do self study, wasting your time. Literally saying you are wasting your time. This is the hard work you will do in class. Be so attentive in class कि class में एक एक चीजें तुमको समझ में आनी चाहिए. You should be able to understand each and everything in class only. वो तुम्हारा time saving है. Once you have understand one thing, read it at home. Spend only 1 hour. I am demanding only 1 hour for GST, 1 hour for DT. Who are joined DT also. Only 1 hour, 1 hour. That means 2 hours you spend. Whatever you have done in class, read it thoroughly, learn it thoroughly, because cumulative revision we will do every time. Learn it thoroughly, so that at least when it is 55 or 60 days ended, you would be satisfied that at least I know every concept. Now I need to do only writing practice. In test series also we will be doing writing practice. When it comes to your MCQ, case study digest, I will be uploading that on your YouTube. Entirely I will upload on YouTube, so that I will give you task during the class. That today you have to do this wala video and complete your MCQs. That means when it is end of 60 days, we have to wind up not only our study material, we have to wind up our MCQ sessions also, and case study digest, that has been case study scenarios that have been given. Then during the classes, revision sessions will be there, Sunday or Saturday, as the case may be. We will decide the timing. If live suitable for you, we will join live. Otherwise, I will upload the revision session. So that revision separate, cumulative I'm not talking. Cumulating will be in the class only. Apart from that, for your exam preparation, again you want to go through that separately. I will give a playlist over there, then you can watch over there. And that revisions will be along with the question revision. So that question will also be revised. So you have to just be prepared that you have to focus here. Like Kumar, sit straight. Either keep your camera angle straight and you sit straight. If you are being lazy over here, already it is winter season. Then 6:15 is the class, and Lakshmi will be, I guess she is at 4:30 or 5. It is there, right? So already you are putting lots of effort to put efforts like that कि अब भी class में everything should get completed and we should be doing revision over there. Okay. Now take out. You have study material. Everyone having study material. Just I am giving you 10 minutes. Read supply की definition as much as in depth you can. Supply की only that definition section number 7. In depth reading करना as if after 10 minutes you are giving test. तुमको लिख के बताना है मुझे supply की definition. Just read that supply की definition from your study material. Yes,
Ma'am, I actually ordered the books. I didn't got this, ma'am. By 20th, I will get, ma'am.
See, go to ici.org. Okay, wait. I don't have right now. I have to download that PDF. That is
Okay.
chapter number 2, supply, and go to that supply ki definition. Again saying, be so much attentive in reading that definition. Why? Because after 10 minutes, again I will give you 10 minutes to write that definition. So let me check your reading skills and writing skills also. Okay? Timer start kar do? Should I start the timer? Have you all downloaded? start doing that. Supply का definition का reading. Stop. Now, have you just read the definition of supply properly? Like this is the definition of supply, that is section number 7. Now tell me, definition of supply, that is section number 7, has been given in which act? Now close your books. Entirely close your books and just tell me what I'm asking. Trying to get only Viva. Normal level pe Viva and things. Tell me, under which act you have been given that definition of supply, section number 7 is in? Unmute and you can answer.
CGST Act.
CGST Act and year?
2017.
2017.
2017.
Very basic question. Now, tell me what are the elements you find that supply should have all these elements, then I can say this is supply. Somewhere it has been written a supply includes all form of supply, whether barter, exchange, lease, license, etc. And then they have given certain elements also in that. What are the elements you need for the purpose of supply?
Made or agreed to be made for the consideration and furtherance of business in the
One.
course of furtherance.
Wait. Made or agreed to be made. Is it a element or yes? Then
Furtherance of business. Ma'am,
furtherance of business. Yes.
course of furtherance.
Consideration, not
Consideration.
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 By a person.
Person.
Now, what is that person? You have read that thing now. It is a person. Me as a person, you as a person, or normal individual as a person. Who is the person?
Taxable.
Taxable person or registered person.
Taxable.
It not necessarily a registered person.
Registered person.
Chalo, it is a person for the timing. Okay. So 3 things. Furtherance of the business. You said consideration. Third, you said it should be a person. Now, what are other things? There are certain more elements. Without this, you cannot say it is a supply. You're forgetting main things.
Goods. Goods
You
and
need at
goods,
least either
service.
it should be goods or
Goods or
service.
Schedule 2.
Goods or
Goods of
service.
service.
Goods
Goods
or
of
service
service.
का तो होना ही चाहिए ना. Then one more thing.
Supply.
So that will make a supply. But what are the elements? One more element is left.
Both.
Schedule 3.
Yeah.
Schedule 3.
Schedule. Nah, only I'm talking about that clause A. In clause
It
A, you
should
will
be
find
a-
lots of stuff.
It should be an activity or a transaction.
Made or agreed to be made is there. That is also an element. So whether it is made, already I have made a supply, or I agree, okay, I will provide you the classes. I am just agreeing. Yeah, I will provide. And I have taken advance. I have taken advance. So this is a supply now. So all the elements form the supply. All these elements form the supply. Now focus on that word person. Now you are confused whether it is a taxable person, whether it is a registered person. Logically, who should make the supply? A registered person or taxable person or an unregistered person? To make it a taxable supply. कौन supply करना चाहिए कि उसको taxable supply बना पाएंगे? That it would be a taxable supply then. Who should do that? सोचो.
Registered person.
Registered person.
Taxable person.
Registered person.
Taxable person, because either you are registered or you want to get registered or liable to get registered. If you are supplying, always your supply will be taxable. So are you getting here? You cannot write that word registered person. Now you have to write that word taxable person, because taxable hu main. If I do any supply, my government will say pay GST. Are you getting? So that is the reason. Importance of taxable person, registered person, where it is getting linkage from supply, it will create your linkage in your registration ka chapter. Pura ka pura iska analysis where you will find in registration, but where is root cause of that? The root cause here in supply. Now you have already read this thing. Tell me, if I import service, you have read import of service. If I import service, without consideration for course furtherance of the business. Now, is it a supply? Import of service, no consideration in course furtherance of business. Is
Not
it
a
a
supply.
supply?
Not a supply.
Not a supply.
Not a supply.
You said not a supply. Any reason, specific reason?
It should be for consideration.
Without consideration, because
Now you should say one thing. Have you understood their written schedule 1? Anything without consideration, check schedule 1 first. अभी तुमने एकदम से बोल दिया. You said no, it is not a supply. Why? Because you find कि import of service for consideration has been written over there. But remember, उसके नीचे क्या लिखा है? Just beneath that it was written कि schedule 1 will apply whenever there is a supply without consideration. So first of all, you have to check what schedule number 1. If schedule number 1 भी कहता है no, it is not a supply, then you will say कि without consideration is not a supply. That means whenever what is missing, consideration is missing. Blindly you cannot say कि it is not a supply. First of all, always what will pop out? Schedule 1. Check schedule 1. Schedule 1 check करो, बताओ उसको कि after checking schedule 1, I am sure कि this is not supply. So are you getting the go through of that definition only? एक part of the definition says no, then check another part of the definition. It might say yes, it is a supply. When it will happen? Consideration. So, or question. Import of service with consideration. Okay, import of service with consideration. It is not in course furtherance of business. Is it a supply?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. It is
Yes.
a
As per the definition, yes. Still, I am saying, ruko, wait, check mega exemption. Acha, it might be exempted in mega exemption, yes. If import of service with consideration, you are having a course furtherance of business or you are not having course furtherance of business, it might be exempted where? Mega exemption. So what I'm trying to put in your head, how the flow will go. Once you say yes, it is a supply. Text करना है कि नहीं? Text. Wait. Check mega exemption. Now mega exemption में you will find import of service by charitable trust for charitable purpose. That is mega exempted over there. So that means supply का another linkage किधर जाता है? Mega exemption.
Exemption.
So where you will find mega exemption. So while we will be doing from tomorrow, we will cluster everything. Because at the time of exam, we cannot do कि इधर का linkage उधर we will find. We have to cluster everything and make notes. And in that notes, we will find all the linkages where the linkages are going. और ले लेते हैं, ma'am, import of service. Is it having only linkage to mega exemption? Tell me, import of service. अब भी बताया था it is having. Mainly it was included in supply to make it what? Why import of service included in definition of supply?
Taxable बनाने के लिए Indian origin.
RCM, that means
RCM.
entire import of service का पहला कहाँ जाएगा? Reverse charge mechanism. That means, ma'am, import of service, we have checked mega exemption. It is not at all exempted anywhere. Now you cannot apply forward charge mechanism. Now you will apply what? Reverse charge mechanism. That means again, import of service, first link, mega exemption. Then it is taxable. And if it is taxable, it will be taxable under reverse charge mechanism. Ma'am, यहाँ खत्म हुआ क्या? Is it end over here? No. Now, if you are applying reverse charge mechanism का concept, who will get ITC? You at least understand the meaning, na input tax credit. Now, who will get ITC? Me as a recipient who is paying the taxes or supplier? Who will get ITC?
Recipient.
Recipient. ma'am.
Recipient. So again, the linkage will go where? ITC. So are you getting step by step? Everything is concise together and then it makes your एक supply की definition जिसको तुम्हें taxable करना. Are you getting little bit this kind of Hindi I can use ना? Everyone comfortable? इतने में getting now. Ma'am, again it is see schedule number 1. Have you read? You got time to read schedule number 1? No. चलो कोई बात नहीं. Now I'm giving you 10 minutes only. How much is possible? Try to recreate that supply की definition. Suppose it is exam and it has been written, explain the definition of supply. and it is CA final exam for the time being, and you have to recreate the definition of supply. Now what I will be judging, submit me your copy. Now I will tell you what are the minute mistake you make abhi read kiya, and what you minute mistake you make in writing, and that minute mistake obviously you make in exam also. Okay, so nothing, सबसे simple चीज 10 minutes again I'm allotting. Just write the definition of supply as if you are writing an exam. Okay, start writing. Close your books. Recreate the definition. And submit only in PDF. Do not give pictures. Who has written, they can make the PDF and start sending it. Done. Now telling you honestly, if I am pointing out some mistake, point number one, do not get like, ma'am, we are getting demotivated. It's not the point of demotivation, it's the point of getting to improve. If I am being like that, okay, I will not tell you the mistake because the student is getting demotivated, then I'm doing it with you. So try to understand, if I'm telling you even the minute mistake, accept it that we have to improve, and that is the time for improve. Exam mein jaake you cannot improve. Then you have to improve your attempts. Are you getting? Okay. And second thing, if in front of everyone I am telling the mistake, accept it wisely. Okay. Sometime maybe I can scold you when you will not do my task. I will give you daily task. I might scold you. So accept it that you are like 6th class ka students. Everyone can get scolded. Okay? I also made mistakes. Hota hai, mujhse bhi mistakes hote. That's okay. We are human and we are here to accept everything. Right? So basically it is kind of tuition. You cannot say I'm giving professional kind of that classes because G-Drive I am telling. It is kind of tuition for your personal CA ka tuition. So you can get scolded. Okay? Sure. Now first is the copy of, I guess, Sushmit. Now see, when you write, you have written point number 1, you have written point number 2, you have written point number 3. First of all, tell me what is the mistake, why I pointed out point 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I could write ABC, subsection.
You altogether change the sections, subsections. So when, see, if you are writing as a pointers, that's okay. But right now I'm trying to improve you. So if I am checking strictly, if I am doing the checking, would I allot you marks for this? You
No.
have entered in the subsections. So this is the first mistake. Okay. Then you have been first point 1, supply of goods or service, both such as this. Okay. But where is that schedule number 2? No. Where is that schedule number 3? You have not written. In 10 minutes, would you be writing only this much? Only 3 points. Would you be writing an exam? Only 3 points in 10 minutes. If you write in 10 minutes, only this 3 points. Are you getting? Your paper would not get complete. And why I specifically giving you such a simple thing? Abhi to you have done the reading. Right now you have done the reading and we are thinking कि अब लिखना क्या है आगे. So are you getting? When it will be the compilation of itna sara GST, you have to remember everything in your head. Your writing should be like this. It should not stop. Is it justified as per you in 10 minutes writing only 3 points? Not justified. I will tell you, this is just an eye-opening session. I will tell you each and every minute ka Time management also, where you lack in exam and why you are unable to attend the 100 marks ka paper. So Smith, first of all, sections you have changed. Second, you have not written anything about schedule 2. You have not written anything about schedule 3. I am not going right now in the keywords. There are keywords, there would be mistake over there, but only prima facie this mistake I have seen being a tough paper checker. Cross. Khatam. Now you cannot claim. If you will be claimed, he can say simply section galat hai, khatam. Getting everyone got this mistake. So try to be precise. If it is subsection, you are writing because see, you have not created pointers here. तुमने क्या लिखा है? Supply includes. So you have copied that definition का way. Supply includes all these things. So in that sense, you are writing the definition of supply. And suppose if you write na section number 7, तब तो ये पूरा ही गलत हो जाएगा. इसमें supply includes all this thing, and you have written this gaya. Even if it is everything is correct, then they might cross. They might. Depends on their mood. Done? No. अरे ऐसे अलग अलग नहीं देना. Create a one page. Don't give like this. Now see, a wise thing that you can do. If you are unable to recall that A, B, C, what he has done? This. This way is correct. That means you have written everything. Still, you have not given any scope to cancel the marks based on your subsections. Are you getting? So supply includes all forms of supply. Now, here, suppose supply includes all form of supply. Is something missing over here? Kaun sa supply? Is something
Goods and
missing?
service.
Goods and service. So, itni si baat hai. This is just one thing. Supply includes all form of supply, but wo kaun sa supply? GST, goods, service. It should be goods. It should be service. So this is very important to write those keywords, goods or service or both. Because if in GST if something is not good, it is not at all applicable to GST. For example, money and security. Now you have written supply includes all form of supply. So supply to sab ho gaya na. Supply in general, so everything is supply. So you have included money also, you have included security also. So are you getting the precise meaning of that? Why goods have been written over here? Why service written over here? Ab batao. 2 copies I have checked. General mistake. I will check whether good or service written or not. Subsections correct or not. मुझे समझ में आता जा रहा है ना, the type of general mistakes you will do. अभी और check करते हैं. So here precisely I am saying no, this is not correct. All forms of supply such as this are example made or agreed to be made by a person for a consideration in course furtherance of business. Import of service for a consideration whether connected to business or not. Schedule 1 supply if without consideration. Okay, you have written everything over here. That is okay. Abhi mein I am not pointing out mistake because I have not explained and I have not given you time to read. Now again, is the definition missing? It is not having schedule 2. It is not having schedule 3. Nothing. So in 10 minutes, you have just written this simple fact. Itna hi. Although in 10 minutes, you should be capable of writing the definition. I have not told you to write entire schedule 1. I have told you only to write that supply ki definition. Now, what are the mistakes? First of all, well, you forget that keywords. Keywords are very important while writing the answers. Because these are the keywords they have already suggested, my highlighted keywords, and they find the keywords matching to your copy. You will for sure get marks. Understood? 2-3 copies more I am taking. Supply. As per GST Act 2017, supply means अभी के लिए I am not explaining the logic of this specifically because I have said mean over there, so he has written mean. For the time being, I am not explaining that. A supply of goods or service or both such as this on disposal made agreed to be made for consideration in course furtherance of business. Change that. Import of service with consideration but may or may not be in course furtherance of business. Supply is made in course on. What is this? What is missing over here? Can anyone tell? Supply is made in course or furtherance of business with or without consideration. What do you mean by this?
With consideration always.
Without consideration. So, which point you are trying to link over here?
Without consideration नहीं आना चाहिए.
Saladi, what you have written? This is your copy now. What was your logic of writing this? Is it just randomly written due to the lack of time or pressure that 10 minutes is there? Now, can you see? It is only 3-4 copies, na? Can you even say ki ekdam precise? Okay, this is the definition of supply, and this is very correctly written. Apart from last what I have checked, that was good copy. Normally, it was very a good copy, but wo supply wala mistake was there. But are you getting? Kitna simple thing I have asked you to write that you have just read. Abhi ki abhi reading done. And if we are unable to properly recreate that thing, so can you imagine in our copy what blunder we do in that 3 hours under exam pressure, actual exam pressure? Are you getting what I'm trying to explain? Writing practice plays an important role, and whosoever say ki presentation does not matter, presentation matter. अभी मेरे को बताओ, I am giving you a blundered copy. इधर से कटा हुआ है, उधर से कटा है, इधर से scratch, उधर से scratch. First page I will check. Second, patiently I will be checking. After that, एक time के बाद I am also human. The human is checking your copy. He would need a neat and clean copy, at least thoda to some extent neat and clean copy. If he is unable to understand, already सामने वाला person is frustrated. He has many copies to check. He will be paying precise attention to each and every word ki what you have written. Generally, तुम बोलो ना, would it happen? It will not happen. So presentation plays an important role. So whenever I will be giving you task during the class, you make this note or write it down. So try to write it down. Do not do this ki ma'am nahi likha. Because from last experiences, many of the students in DTI used to ask student to make adjustment sheet. What is that? We will understand in DT. Adjustment sheet is there. Students do not make, many of the students. If in mentoring I have asked you write it down, people fail to write that because they think learn kar liya, that is more than sufficient. And at this exam only they came and said, ma'am, likhte nahi ban raha tha, we were unable to write the answer. Why? Because you want to run a race and you are not practicing for that race. But directly 3 hours mein jaake you want ki ekdam se speed aa jaye, you would be a Rajnikant. That doesn't happen. And that is so logical. So writing practice also matters, and that keywords incorporation is vital over there. Understood? Done. So, abhi coming to your suppose you have not done proper practice of writing. चलो एक बार अब अपन क्या करते हैं, वो 3 hours को calculate करते हैं. We calculate that 3 hours 2 to 5. First of all, you get 15 minutes reading time. As per everyone, are we getting 15 minutes ka reading time? Chalo. First of all, at least 2 minutes you will spend for writing the roll number. So is it 15 minutes? No. So 2 minutes gaya. Suppose by luck you are sitting on the last corner of the class. You will get the paper, 1 minute to wahan bhi gaya. You will get the paper, reading ke liye 1 minute already gone. So how many minutes actually you are having to read the paper? Only 12 minutes. Why it is point to point 1 minute? I will explain everything. 12 minutes. And in 12 minutes, what student do? Scrolling overall paper. पूरा paper scroll करेंगे. Are you really sure कि in 12 minutes reading entire paper you will get anything in your head? Not at all. So what plays the vital role over here? Paper की positioning. Question positioning is very important. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 किस टॉपिक से आता है? डीटी में तो प्रिसाइसली वही रहता है, सेम डीटी में ऑलमोस्ट द पैटर्न इज आल्सो सेम कि क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 इज पीजीबीपी, देन कंपनी का असेसमेंट और एलएलपी का असेसमेंट, दैट इज फिक्स्ड. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू योर जीएसटी, कस्टम का प्लेसमेंट इज फिक्स्ड. इफ क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 का बी पार्ट इज कस्टम, फिर क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 का बी पार्ट इज आल्सो कस्टम, क्वेश्चन 4 का बी पार्ट इज आल्सो कस्टम, दैट यू विल फाइंड 100% श्योर. That means if I have the mind map, okay, here custom के question is given. 12 minutes I am having. Open custom is my strong. In custom 100% valuation question आता ही है. Always valuation का question 100% है. तो I know कि valuation मुझे बहुत strong करना है in custom. So when I will be opening the paper at 145 or 146, whenever you will get. फर्स्ट फोकस ऑन कस्टम के कौन कौन से टॉपिक है. दैट मींस यू नो ओके कस्टम का ये टॉपिक दिया है एंड दिस आर द क्वेश्चंस दैट हैव बीन आस्क्ड. कस्टम मींस 20 मार्क्स का यू विल नो कि ओके दिस क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड. देन फोकस ऑन मॉड्यूल नंबर 3. मॉड्यूल नंबर 3 ऑलवेज ऑन क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 और क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. ऑलवेज क्वेश्चन 4 क्वेश्चन 5 इज ऑफ मॉड्यूल नंबर 3. वी विल डू दैट इन द क्लास. I will be giving the practice of understanding the paper. So you will find कि question 5 और question 4 module 3 का. That means I am not saying कि do question number 1 की reading. Do not do. Don't even touch question number 1. Directly jump to first question 4, question 5. Quickly read that because these are just simple case study. No logics at all. That are simple question. Either job work will be there, either your appeal revision, either demand and recovery, that will be there. That means you have to try कि question 4 और 5 में से जैसे it would be 2 o'clock, I have to start writing the question answers. I will not again be reading the question. क्यों मैम? चलो इसको भी हम analyze कर लेते. Suppose MCQ reading you do at least 10 minutes you will spend in MCQ reading entire. At least बहुत minimum. I am going bare minimum to that. Only 10 minutes MCQ reading में you will do. It is not possible because 10 minutes में तो we cannot read our paper also. That 10 minutes we will get. But again, I am going minimum. 10 minutes you will spend on MCQ reading because thinking भी करना है, सब कुछ करना है. 10 minutes गए. That means 2 to 5 में से कितना minutes gone? 10 minutes gone. You are not writing. Again 10 minutes I am taking. वो जो paper reading you do, is it entire paper reading you do in 10, 20, 15 minutes? No. Again questions you will read in 2 to 5 का time. Are you getting what I am trying to say? 2 से 5 के टाइम में 2 से 5 में अगेन सम क्वेश्चंस यू विल बी रीडिंग एटलीस्ट 10 मिनट्स. आई कैन अलॉट टू दैट. सोचोगे, लिखोगे, यू विल रीड एटलीस्ट 10 मिनट्स, राइट? तो हाउ मेनी मिनट्स? 20 मिनट्स तो ऑलरेडी गॉन. 20 मिनट्स ऑलरेडी गॉन. देन सपोज कहीं पे सोचना पड़ा, कहीं पे यू हैव टू कट इट डाउन. सपोज यू हैव टू डू कैलकुलेशंस. ओवरऑल कहना है सिर्फ 30 मिनट्स हटा दो. Overall 30 minutes remove. You have 2 hours 30 minutes to write the paper and I am going bare minimum. I am going bare minimum. So only 2 hours 30 minutes you are having, and in that 2 hours 30 minutes you have to write 100 marks ka paper along with MCQ solution. So don't you think कि speed matters a lot over here? We do not analyze like this. Speed matters. तो हम कैसे save करें? In that 10 minutes reading time, 12 minutes that I am saying, what you have to do, pick only 2 questions. Just say it would be 2 o'clock. I do not want to read other questions. Only 2 questions I will pick and I will start writing. My suggestion to you, just say it is 2 o'clock, open your MCQ booklet. Why, ma'am? Because even a 20 marks का question is correct, 1 मतलब 1 marks. No deductions at all. अगर MCQ तुम्हारे 15 करेक्ट है तो बिल्कुल करेक्ट है. तो ऑलरेडी 2 से 230 यू डू MCQ में अगर 15 नहीं 20 भी यू करेक्ट तो ऑलरेडी इन हाफ एन आवर 20 मार्क्स का पेपर यू हैव डन. देन मैम 230 से 3 द 2 क्वेश्चन यू पिक्ड while reading. वो 2 क्वेश्चन जिसको रीड नहीं करना, क्विकली डू दैट 2 क्वेश्चंस इन नेक्स्ट हाफ आवर. दैट मींस इन 1 hour At least I have done 35 marks. अब किस पे जाना है? 45, 50, 60. अब उस पे जाना है. So your 1 hour will be very crucial. So we have to practice from here. जैसे it is 2 to 2:30, solve your MCQs. Because generally student को what बीच में MCQ लेते हैं, in between. अभी तुम्हारा descriptive भी खत्म नहीं हुआ, तुम MCQ पे आ गए. And if MCQs are lengthy, you will spend time on thinking that. उसको सोचने के चक्कर में you are descriptive again lagging, फिर तुम लिख नहीं पाओगे. तो better 2 to 2:30, 2:40 भी हो गया तो 40 minutes भी हो गया तो चलेगा. But MCQ का 30 marks side कर दो. अब सिर्फ लिखना चालू करिए. Are you getting the logic? Because that half hour or 40 minutes should be my 30 marks का capture. मैंने 30 marks का कर लिया because initially MCQ को सोच सकते हो, बाद में जल्दी जल्दी करना पड़ेगा. It would be haphazard and do not create that haphazard because MCQ will make you pass. That are boon. वही तुम्हें पास करवाते हैं. So it's better जैसे 2 to 2:40 or 2:30 MCQ done, 30 marks cover हो गया. Now my chosen question, 2 questions. Quickly I will write 3 o'clock तक. Okay, 35 तक I am already. Why I am saying 35? Expected कि हाँ मुझे इतने 30 तो आ ही जाएंगे उसमें इतना. Now can you say कि 10 marks का तो another में हम कर ही सकते हैं. हमें पहले तो 40 पे पहुंचना है ना to pass. पहले 40 पे, फिर हम लोग क्या करेंगे, gradually improve करेंगे. So these are all this minute strategies. If I'm saying this, you will not apply. We have to, during this duration, we have to understand reading skills also. Paper की strategy को समझना. Tough paper है तो how to cope up with the tough paper. And when it is easy, how to cope up. DT is always tough. Be prepared. DT का paper always tough होता है. 20 to 25 marks you will find कि किधर से आया, from where it is. And that you can easily score. Even in my attempt, I was able to write only 75 marks. Still, I got good in DT जैसा subject by writing only 75 marks. That was a tough. I was sure कि अगर गए तो DT में ही जाना है. But for God grace, खत्म हो गया. जो होना था हो गया, पास भी हो गया. So for you, DT के लिए be prepared. It would be tough. And IDT के लिए be prepared. It would be linkage. Okay. So this was all. I tried to explain about IDT. We have to do paper practice, we have to do MCQ practice and proper strategy. That means जब हमारी live exam होगी ना, और जो I have already told कि after the class 1 live exam will be there 2 to 5. That will be a practice. ठीक है, तो वो exactly वही होना चाहिए जो अभी बोला है ना. After the end of the batch, you should be applying all the concepts that you have learned in this 55 to 60 days. Okay. So basically it is tuition, it is not your classes. Coach, I can say I will be guiding you for everything. Now what about mentoring, ma'am? Every day I will be giving you tasks. That task you have to complete. That would be targets. You say, na, remember target de do hum complete kar lenge. You have to complete those targets. Test series, chapter wise test series is there. Once I complete supply, I will give you the paper. For what I prefer, एक time based होना चाहिए. In that time base, you should submit me the test. But if for some reason not possible for a student, genuine reason, then you can submit later on. ठीक है? Then we will discuss the test papers there. Like I have checked na, कि these are the mistakes. Then we will discuss over here. That will be the way our class will be moving. Test ka time will be different, not included in class. Sundays, most probably no class on Sunday until on Monday I am unable to take any class, so we will cover up earlier only, so that happily we can have a holiday. So 90% no Sunday ki class. Okay. Apart from the 55 to 60 days, module number 3 ka you will get my mind maps. For practice, I would prefer we should use Bangar, so that we can, after doing test your knowledge, everything, my practice session should start with only Bangar. Because Bangar के ही question होते हैं compiled, and that kind of question comes in your exam. ठीक है? So any question regarding the class, because today we have not started anything. From tomorrow, what you need a proper copy, so that you can write every logics over there. I will give time. Board note I will be sharing. But if you find anything important, whatever I dictate, that you should write in your copy. Okay? Any question you can ask. पूछो।
मैडम स्टडी मटेरियल अवेलेबल नहीं है जैसे, तो क्या हम जो पीडीएफ है उसका प्रिंट आउट निकलवा के हो सकता है? ओके
हाँ, you can take the ICI का PDF GST का, and the best book for GST is only that.
ओके
Or anyone else? Now, Sushmit was having ma'am, इतने कम duration में how you will cover all these things? That is actually a doubt because renowned faculty takes at least I guess 240 hours and all, because I make adjustment sheet. So I know कि कौन से concept को किधर link करके रखा है इन्होंने. That needs obviously that needs effort, and already it is तो 60 days का batch. Already 30 days में we have completed this earlier. Initially I started this batch with only 30 days. Then I included test series, mentoring, this लिखना, viva, everything. So I make it 60 to 55. So don't worry about that because I know कि कौन सा concept का है. You can for that watch my revision videos. There I have completed with question all overall provisions also. So that is not an issue. वो तो complete हो जाएगा. And in fact IDT इससे पहले ही complete हो जाता है. IDT is actually supply will take a time. Mega exemption will take a time. After this only ITC के question will take time. Otherwise some of the chapters of module number 3 1 day का chapter होते हैं. इतने छोटे होते हैं. ठीक है? Okay. Any other question? अभी तुमको मौका मिल गया, तुम पूछ लो, बाद में मैं नहीं पूछ लूँ.
Ma'am, Bengal ke questions you'll share, right? I don't have the book.
If you can purchase, that will be very good. Otherwise, I will share the PDF because I cannot share. Question? पूछो.
प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चंस भी प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं।
तुम्हारे यहाँ से बहुत डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहा है. मेरा माइक अच्छा नहीं है. वो तुम लिख के दो मुझे. You write it whatever you are asking. Anyone? जया?
मैम आप प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चंस क्लास में करवाते हैं आप?
क्लास में एवरीथिंग विल बी इन क्लास, बट जो MCQ होगा ना, MCQ या केस स्टडीज, वो सेपरेटली YouTube पे अपलोड करूंगी बिकॉज वो तो पॉसिबल नहीं है 60 डेज में सब कुछ होना. तो दैट सेपरेटली, जैसे आज हमने सप्लाई कंप्लीट किया तो सप्लाई के जितने MCQs है वो YouTube पे अपलोड कर दूंगी. तो अलॉन्ग विद दैट सप्लाई का साथ में हो जाएगा. अंडरस्टूड?
ओके मैम.
सलाह दी? एनीथिंग? मैम ऑलरेडी कर लिया, जितना डिस्कशन करना था हो गया. राजेश जी, एनीथिंग? कार्तिक? एंड दिस टाइम I cannot expect you, जो बोलूंगी you have to do, not like mentoring वाला session. You cannot do that cheating with me. ठीक है?
Okay.
Okay. So can I end for today? From tomorrow, be sharp at 6:15. We cannot wait because we have to now start a train of GST. ठीक है? चलो. Okay. Now I will be sharing DT का link over. Whosoever have requested, DT ka link will be shared. We will join at 8 for DT. Okay? Sure. Okay. DT time is 8 to 9:45. Okay? Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.